Some Super Bowl ads are already out. This is from Budweiser, is already getting a lot of traction online.
Oh, get the puppy with his horse friends. Gets home, gets a bath, love it. It's a smart way for businesses to maximize their investments, get people talking before the game. Just how much is at stake here?
With us today, Bozell Creative Director David Moore. Good to see you,
Welcome
David.
back.
Good morning.
Do you love that ad?
You know, I liked the ad.
like
I won't
the
say I
ad.
love the ad. I'm not a big dog fan. I like that. I love the music.
I
in it.
feel like that one is almost splitting along gender here, because my husband felt the same way. He was like, it was okay, it's kind of dramatic. And I said, but the puppy, and he's got friends, and they saved his life.
Well,
and my
as
husband's
you know,
like, whatever.
You put puppies on TV, people they love
Yeah.
it. But let's talk about this. The Super Bowl, is it still kind of the end-all be-all for advertisers? We're talking $4.5 million a spot. Let's say you put $4.5 million in Facebook or some of these other social medias. Is it still a great way to advertise?
It depends on what your objective is, but yes, it can be. There's very few places you're going to get such a large, diverse audience who actually wants to watch your commercials. Most of the time, unfortunately, advertising is an interruption in our programming. The Super Bowl is the one place where you're going to get people, a live television audience, who wants to watch your ad.
If they spend $4.5 million on 30 seconds, but then how much is all of the talk worth before and after the fact?
Some of that is just, it's huge. It's priceless.
Yeah, can you put a value on it?
That's part of what
Priceless.
you pay for, though, right?
If you are smart, that's what you pay for. You get all sorts of attention. There are advertisers who do things just to get the attention and not actually run a spot.
And that's why they release these spots in advance. I mean, they're not holding these until it airs on the Super Bowl. There's no big surprise here
And
for
they're
a lot
not
of
paying
these.
us to talk about it.
That's right.
So it's free advertising.
I'm disappointed when they run ahead of time. I like
I
the
do too. I
surprise
like
and
the
the
surprise,
reveal.
yeah.
So who's new this year? And then what are some of those that we've seen in the past that bowed out for 2015?
Well, there's a lot fewer auto advertisers this year, which is interesting. I think last year, I can't remember how many, but I think there's only 6 this year. There's going to be some new ones. There's actually going to be an ad for a toenail fungus medicine, which is
Fabulous.
not what I'm looking for. Of course, we're going to see Budweiser. You're going to see Coca-Cola. We're going to see those big players.
And I saw one about a glue company.
A glue company, Loctite Glue, is putting their entire ad budget into the one
For
Super
one
Bowl
spot.
commercial.
Well, that's what I was going to
Huge
ask you
gamble.
next. Are there any startups? You hear about these startup companies that go out and raise capital, and basically their whole company is kind of marketed around their Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, there's one this year that is a company called The Verve. It's a tech company, and they spend a lot of time ahead of the Super Bowl promoting that we're going to advertise on the Super Bowl. And our commercial only cost us $700 to produce. And then as it comes out, they bought one spot in a local market in Helena, Montana. But
Right.
they
That's
got
smart.
weeks of media attention ahead of time.
That's smart. Budweiser, the perennial favorite.
People love Bud commercials. They love the puppy. I actually love watching, you've seen already, the Bud Light commercial with the live Pac-Man commercial. It's this one that's on here now. It's hilarious. It's not going to make me want
Is
to
this
drink
up
Bud
for
Light.
whatever? Is it that campaign?
Yes, it's up for whatever.
What kind of tactics are these non-Super Bowl advertisers using to piggyback some of this attention?
Well, one of the things that they will do is, GoDaddy has been famous for this, where they'll say, well, here's our commercial, but it's been banned. They won't let us run it. They won't let us run it.
Oh, sure.
Yep. In Newcastle last year, Newcastle Ale did a wonderful thing where they had a fake commercial where they never actually ran. And the same thing, we can't run this commercial. And this year they are crowd branding their commercial. They spent weeks ahead of time saying, if you want to join into our commercial, you can. And there's like 30 or 40 different brands crammed into their commercial this year.
Can companies that don't spend money on a Super Bowl commercial still benefit from the attention maybe just that goes to their industry?
They can. There's a lot of borrowed interest when you can talk about it. You can't technically use the name Super Bowl, but there's a lot of people who will do that. And the ones we've already talked about who will say, oh, we can't get on. They won't allow our commercial to be on. Or, we're going to be on the Super Bowl, but only by one local market.
If you spend the money, take the time, put a commercial together, spend the $4.5 million, let this commercial run, does it pay off for everybody? I mean, how do you know that the money that you spent for that commercial is worthwhile?
Well, it doesn't pay off for everybody, and it depends on what your objective is. And you're going to watch some of the ads this weekend, and there are some that are wonderful because they sell the product and make you want it. Others, they might make you laugh, and I like the commercial, but I walk away, and it doesn't change how I feel about the brand.
Yeah.
But you need to set out your objectives ahead of time. And if you want to reach a large audience and get people talking about your brand, it's the place to be.
How many viewers are expected on Sunday? Any projections in the business?
I have to confess, I don't know that number.
We Dum-dum. Thank you for coming in. I'm sure
you.
you'll be watching on Sunday.
I will be.
And we'll
Yeah.
be talking on Monday
We
about
will be,
some of
yeah.
our favorites here.
Good stuff.
Thank
David,
you.
thanks a lot.
All right,
Great
thank
to
you.
have
See
you.
again.